Hello and welcome to Adapulse, the channel that brings you some of the news, some of the handpicked catalyst proposals, and some of the emerging projects that are coming through the Cardano ecosystem. And remember, we are the only news outlet officially listed as a Catalyst contributor on their website. And we are publicly funded by the Cardano community through Catalyst. So do click the like button, hit subscribe, and hit that bell button so you can get notified as soon as we've got content available. Now today, we are discussing cryptocurrency burning is monetary policy hell. And this is an article by LiberLion, one of the technical writers for the Adapulse team. So I'm Josh, your presenter for Adapulse. Let's crack on with this. Blockchain technology was pioneered, although not created, by Cypherpunks, a group of activists seeking to improve privacy through cryptography as a route to social and political change. The best known of them is obviously Satoshi Nakamoto. I'll put an article about them in the description below for those who want to dig a little deeper. Now, one of the principles on which blockchain technology was built is decentralization, to differentiate itself from traditional financial world with power concentrated in a few hands that digitize global markets. Another principle is to have healthy money, different from the monetary policy of the central banks, which manipulate the issuance of money according to the dictates of politicians, destroying the predictability of monetary value. There are blockchain developments that have departed from these principles. So in this article, we'll discuss the concept of burning cryptocurrency, an arbitrary monetary policy typically designed to increase the price. In the face of constant demand, burning the coins could cause a shortage in the markets. It is a short-term speculation that doesn't make much sense in the long term. There are cases where token burning might be economically justified, like a trading system being downgraded so the amount doesn't make sense, like tokenomically. But let's start at the beginning. First of all, we need to understand what coin burning is. Only coins in circulation can be burned. The act of burning a digital asset involves sending it to a location from which it can never be retrieved, also known as a burn address, which effectively removes the digital asset from circulation by locking it away for eternity. It consists of an address of a wallet that cannot be accessed because it does not have a private key linked to it, and therefore they are unrecoverable. The burning of these assets is generally done to increase the price, increasing the profits of current holders to the detriment of the futures, because people are now paying more money. This methodology isn't sustainable in the long term. One thing, this is how a Ponzi scheme would start, a basic deception race to see who is the last fool or idiot to buy high, and they're the ones left holding the bag. So instead of encouraging the usefulness of the network, speculation is encouraged to bump it up. So who decides to burn the coins? When? What amount? Why? As we said earlier, it promotes speculation and mistrust in the community. In a decentralized network, there is no central authority that can make decisions. Blockchain networks will only make sense if they are adopted organically, and that will only happen with significant technological innovation and services. But to do this, they need money. Successful projects can lead to higher adoption rates, and this leads to an increase in the value of the cryptocurrency price, which is sustainable in the long term. The high volatility of cryptocurrency is an obstacle to adoption and only invites speculation, like burning tokens. The adoption tends to stabilize price because it gives greater depth to the market, making it less manipulatable. Burning cases, so real-world examples. Ethereum has recently started the gradual burning of Ether, or ETH as it's known, which is burned within the fees of each block. Now, this is all laid out in EIP 1559. Now, EIP stands for Ethereum Improvement Proposal, so there's loads of these. Cardano has the same with CIP, with C obviously standing for Cardano. If you want to know, more about the fine details of EIP 1559, I'll put a link to it in the description below. So anyway, the idea is that if more ETH tokens are burned than new coins are issued in each block, this is giving Ethereum a deflationary monetary policy. So check out this image. The system is crazy since the fees are actually meant to be incentives to cover the costs of running and maintaining the secure network. So although it can work economically, it can be inflationary or deflationary depending on the number of transactions and therefore fees. So now the number of coins in the future can only be estimated with a sort of small degree of precision. Binance burns its BNB cryptocurrency for events. So according to reports up to July 22, there were 20 events, and in total more than 38 million BNB coins were burned, reducing the initial supply of 200 million by over 19%. The total supply is now just over 161 million BNB. I'll include a link to if you want to know about the fine details of the Binance burn in the description below. Stellar is another blockchain that proceeded with burning of tokens in the amount of 55 billion XLM, purely to increase the value of the currency, reducing its supply by more than 50%. The price effect on XLM was quickly noticeable in the short term, going from 6.9 cents to 8.8 in one day. That's about 27% from November the 5th to the 6th and 29. There's an article on atosmarkets.com, which I'll put in the description below. Moving on to Bitcoin Cash, which is known as BCH. The mining pool Antpool announced in April 2018 the burning of 12% of its Bitcoin Cash mining fees, sending them to unrecoverable addresses. Considering that Antpool validated approximately 10% of BCH transactions, it was a significant amount of crypto. With a risky speculative bet, Antpool sought to revalue BCH and so basically pump its own bags. However, the results weren't so great. If you want to dig deeper into that, there's an article published on bitcoin.com, which I'll put in the description below. And lastly, we have Solana, who burned just over 11 million SOL in May 2020. This was in line with its commitment to reduce token supply to account for market making activity. At that time, the circulating supply was only just over 16 million. Solana published an article at the time, which I'll put in the description below as well. ADA is appreciated for its developments. Cardanos Policy, on the other hand, is deterministic, and the amount of ADA in circulation in the future can be accurately calculated. Cardano has capped the total supply to 45 billion ADA. LiberLion did a piece just on the monetary policy of Cardano, which is well worth a read, so I'll leave that in the description below as well. The main advantage is that the fees fill the treasury. So if Cardano is successful, it will never run out of money for further development. And this is just one example of what makes Cardano sustainable in the long term. It's not possible to ask Charles Hoskinson, the founder of Cardano, if you didn't know, to burn coins. Cardano is a decentralized network, and Charles is the CEO of IOG, but he has no control over the Cardano network as such. Neither does he or his team have control over your ADA. Everyone has their own ADA under their own control, as long as they have their private keys. Remember the phrase, not your keys, not your crypto. But as I said before, you can only burn the circulating supply. You can ask IOG or Emergo or the Cardano Foundation or Charles himself, who have their funds in ADA, to burn their coins. But do you think they will willingly give up their own wealth, knowing the potential that Cardano promises for usability? The ADA coins in the treasury are used for the development of the ecosystem. They are destined to finance developments in Cardano, and today particularly to winning projects in Catalyst. It is not smart to burn coins that can be used for the development of the ecosystem. Final words. Now, we have just made a very negative critique of cryptocurrency burning. The provision of money in any economic system is key, since money is the most required commodity in the economy, because obviously it's used as a means of commercial exchange. We see how central banks in their own way burn fiat, and this is by withdrawing money from the circulating market with the placement of debt to absorb a certain amount of cash. They also raise interest rates so that the public immobilizes funds to earn interest, so thus withdrawing money from circulation, thereby reducing the availability of cash on the street. When these rules of the game are changed, giving money a different value and cost to borrow, monetary predictability is lost. And this gives rise to financial speculation instead of investing in economic development. Few cases could justify withdrawing money from circulation. And that's both with crypto and fiat currencies. And these would be things like prolonged recession or a change in the economic or monetary system. But all of this is not innocuous and has consequences, and in general is negative. So that brings us to the end of the episode for today. So do remember to click the like button, hit subscribe and get that bell notification so you can get notified as soon as we've got content available. And do share far and wide. Remember, we are publicly funded now and we want to reach as many people as possible with pure, honest, unbiased reporting. And I am Josh, your presenter from Adapulse for today, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.